Alrighty guys, so we don't have to waste any time here. You can tell by the title of this video what it's about. And I ask very respectfully that if you don't care about sports, if you don't, watch sports or basketball or anything like that, that you just respectfully keep negative comments to yourself, because this isn't the day to be juvenile and say harsh things. You know what I'm saying? And I know that this audience is not intended for sports, but I really need to share my thoughts, and I don't care. So this video is for whoever listens to it. If it gets 2 views, if it gets 2 million views, I could care less. And I'm just going to get on with the point now. So as you can see from the title of this video, Kobe Bryant passed away. And for those of you who know, I'm a huge basketball fan. Been watching since I was a kid. And Kobe's been in the NBA up until his retirement from 96 to 2016. And I was born in 1994, so pretty much since I was 2 years old up until 2016, Kobe Bryant has been in the NBA pretty much my entire life. And just thinking about Kobe's death before I even get into his career, it just hits me, because I wasn't a Kobe Bryant fan. He wasn't a player that I really admired, but he was always somebody that I respected. You know what I'm saying? And this is a day where we can just be honest with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm going to act like I'm the biggest Kobe fan that ever lived, because no, I would be lying to you guys and giving you a disservice. I was not a Kobe fan, but I always respected him because I respected his greatness. I respected his swag. I respected how he carried himself. I just respected him as the legend that he was. You know what I mean? And, when I heard the news that Kobe died, I was talking on WhatsApp with one of my friends. I was catching up with her. We were having a really good conversation about some stuff, and we were talking about so many different things. And my friend just messages me on Discord. It's like, Kobe died. And when he told me that, like, at first, like, your head kind of twists, because you're like, wait, what? Like, Kobe? Like, what do you mean Kobe died? He's like, yeah, Kobe died. Kobe died in a helicopter crash. And like, when he said that, I went on Google and I looked it up, and I'm like, this can't be real, right? Like, there's no way Kobe Bryant died. And I look it up, and the worst part about this whole experience was realizing that Kobe actually did die. This was not some made up TMZ post. This was like real, like the actual great NBA legend Kobe Bryant passed away. And when I saw that, it just hit me. I just think of all the memories I had where, I remember back in 2006, and I'm a Heat fan, by the way, if you don't know. Kobe Bryant scored 81 points that season, and that was a very important year for me, because that was the year the Heat won their first championship against the Mavericks. And I remember throughout that year, there was like an interview where Dwayne Wade was reacting to Kobe hitting 81, and you can see the level of greatness that not only Dwayne Wade but other NBA players had, that they could look at something one of their own contemporaries did and think to themselves, I could never do that. When you look at Kobe Bryant and when you look at the evolution of the NBA, after Michael Jordan's retirement, there was an influx of Jordan-like players, guys like Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, albeit a significantly smaller player than Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, even Andrew Wiggins, who's, not really comparable to Jordan in terms of greatness. He's that Jordan brand of a player, that slasher guard, super athletic, jump out of your gym type of guy. That was the era from the 1990s moving forward, when you see a lot of guards that really emulated Michael Jordan's game. And Kobe was the guard that emulated Michael Jordan better than everybody, but he really had his own game to it. His post-up game was untouchable. His mid-range jumper was virtually unguardable. The only way he missed it is if he just missed a shot. He was a better three-point shooter. Kobe found ways to, take greatness from other great players and also add his own swag and style to what he did to become the pantheon great player that he did. And when you look at the fact that this guy came into the NBA when he was 17 years old, you know what I mean? And when Kobe came in, back then, it was very controversial to draft a player out of high school that early. But Kobe, for his first couple of years in the league, He wasn't the superstar that LeBron was or Luka Doncic was. He wasn't one of those guys that just came out the game just dominating from front up. And I always respect guys like that, guys that they don't have all the talent in the world and they have to prove themselves. They're not given a platter when they come into the NBA and they can be divas making millions of dollars. No, Kobe had to work himself into being a superstar. He didn't just come into the league averaging 25 to 30 a game. He was a baby and he went through battles, shooting airball shots in playoff games before he became the great player that he was. And when you look at his work ethic, no player has ever said that Kobe was lazy. They always talk about his legendary work ethic, how Kobe Bryant was able to, study film, the fact that he can just dissect games. I mean, even if you look at ESPN, like Kobe Bryant had his own detail series, which I watched many of them, where he would just like take an NBA player, like for example, LeBron or James Harden, and he would just like break down what he would do in that play and just, depict all the mistakes and all the good things that they're doing. It was just brilliant just seeing how Kobe's mind, was able to do that. And when he wrote his piece that won an Oscar, Dare Basketball, you just see that Kobe had this level of cerebral intellect that just was far beyond even his own years. Kobe spoke Italian. Kobe can speak Spanish. Kobe is well versed in hip hop. He's just an all around intellectual basketball player, man. And it's very unfortunate. And I'm saying this very, 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 very deep in saying that it's very unfortunate that, Kobe unfortunately passed away, because this was a guy that I feel like could have contributed so much to the world even after basketball. He has that type of mind and that impact that even if he's passed on, he'll never die. And just remember that, guys. Kobe Bryant will never die. Kobe Bryant is immortal. While he may have passed on in this physical realm that we live in, and regardless of if you believe in an afterlife or not, it doesn't even matter. While he may have passed on in this lifetime, Kobe Bryant will always be a legend. His star will always shine forever, And when I think about Kobe's family, I know that he has a daughter that wants to play basketball, and, he's married to Vanessa and all those things. And it's one of those situations where Kobe's fought a lot of demons throughout his career. What's one of the things that I admire about him, compared to a lot of players, Kobe, with a lot of the things he faced early in his career, and we don't have to go into it with Shaq, with the thing that happened in Colorado, Kobe has gone through a lot. And regardless of if those allegations are all real or stuff, it's one of those situations where a lot of mentally weak basketball players wouldn't be able to take what Kobe did and be able to focus on their game. That's one of the key strengths that Kobe had and shined throughout his career. He was one of the mentally strongest players that we've seen of this generation. He was so tough that he could just sniff weakness in players, and that's why many teammates couldn't get along with Kobe. He was too much for them. He was too much of a head case for them to handle that level of dominant personality, that fierceness that he had. It struck you, which is why they call him the Black Mamba. It was just this fierce intensity that you get every time Kobe talks. Every time Kobe says something to you. And I'm not trying to put Kobe on a pedestal and say anything like that. No, I'm just saying things that I've noticed and people who are in the NBA and have played with Kobe have openly said. This is nothing new. I'm just sharing the information out. And it's just one of those things, man, where at the end of the day, man, this is something that I feel like the sports world will never forget. This is one of those things where we might not realize it right now because we're living in the moment, but come back to this video a year or two or even 10 years later and remember what I'm saying now, guys. This day will be remembered forever. Throughout sports history. I mean, they're putting this stuff on the news, like main news. This isn't even just sports news. This is international news. one of the greatest top 10 players of all time, and I'm not up here to debate where he ranks of the top 10. If is he top 5, is he top 3, is he top 10, is he top 15, is he top 20? I'm not here to debate all that. That's not the conversation for today. And if there was one memory of Kobe Bryant that stands out more than anything else, I would have to say it would be him hitting a game winner against the Miami Heat where he shot it from almost nearly half court as a buzzer beater. You know, the Heat went into LA, it was a road game, and Kobe just killed us at the very end, which was a testament to what he was throughout his entire career. You know, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba. You'll always be a legend, and thank you for all the great memories, man. Whether we were a fan of you or not, you made the NBA a better place, and you made the world a better place with your impact. And I'd like to thank you for that. May you rest in peace.